Coming up on today's San Francisco 49ers Report, some 49ers potential cut candidates, players that San Francisco could cut prior to the 2023 season. This roster is really deep. This roster is really talented. So some quality players could be on the outside looking in, which then gives them the opportunity to latch on with a different team in the National Football League. Before we take a look at those cut candidates, please do us a favor and subscribe to the show. And if you're looking for insightful, informative, entertaining Niners coverage that comes your way daily, year-round, hit that subscribe button and make the right choice. As for why you should subscribe to the show, we give you all of the latest 49ers news and rumors, 49ers analysis, I think we know ball, live shows and watch parties, daily interactive coverage as well where you're a part of the shows, and we also give you shows every single day year-round because sometimes you just have to be built different. Now, today's show wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for our friends at Bird Dogs. Experience the comfort of Bird Dogs as well as their stretchy fabric. Check this out. I'm wearing my Bird Dog shorts right now. Look at how flexible these shorts are. I'm able to jump up and show you them on the show. They also have these built-in liners with some really cool colors to keep everything compact down below, if you know what I mean. And all of these styles are great too. As someone who loves looking good and feeling confident, I'm excited to share my personal experience with our new sponsor, Bird Dogs. These shorts, I'm telling you, as well as their pants, have truly changed my life and the game for me. The fit is unparalleled. I've never felt better in any other clothing item. Not only do they make me look great, but they're so comfortable that I can wear them all day long without feeling restricted. I'm not going to lie, sometimes I wear them on back-to-back days because I'm not a stinky cat. Plus, the stretchy fabric hugs my legs in all the right places. But what really sets Bird Dogs apart is their versatility. I wear them to the office. I wear them on dates. I wear them on the golf course. A night out on the town with my homies. And every time I feel like I'm dressed for the occasion. Because you can't underdress, right? You never want to wear, let's say, a button down with some sweatpants. Why do that when you can wear some Bird Dog shorts? It's such a relief to not have to worry about changing my outfit midday. If you're ready to elevate your wardrobe with Bird Dogs, I highly recommend giving them a try. And if you order now using the link in the description below and enter the promo code chat, you'll even get a free Yeti-style tumbler with your first purchase. Trust me, you won't regret it. And with that tumbler, you can keep your drinks cold or your drinks hot. You know we like to do some drinking here on the show, but also look good and feel confident. We do it with Bird Dogs. Without further ado, 49ers cut candidates. A couple of them here to break down and get to. Let's begin with the guy who's under fire. And a guy where the pressure has been ratcheted up because of his lack of production since being a first-round pick in 2020. It's Javon Kinlaw at defensive tackle. Now, I don't think he's going to get cut. I'm rooting for him to do well, but if he does not perform this offseason, in training camp in the preseason, he could be on the outside looking in. The 49ers already declined his fifth-year option. That tells me they are not sold on his long-term viability to be an impact player for this franchise, especially at the price tag of being a first-round pick. Drafted in the first round in 2020 out of South Carolina, he had knee issues at South Carolina, and those knee issues have continued to be a problem for him, as well as just injuries in general. He has played in 24 games since 2020 with the grand total of 1.5 sacks. If the 49ers were to cut Javon Kinlaw, not able to find a trade partner, they would have to eat nearly $5 million in salary. I like the making and the makeup of this 49ers defensive line. It's up to Drake Jackson to take a monster leap forward. If he does, I think the Niners will be in a really good spot. Where I start to get a little bit concerned about this Niners defensive line is with that depth. And that's where Javon Kinlaw could come in. But as a former first-round pick, he's already been unseated heading into year 4 as a starter for this team because the Niners signed Javon Hargrave to a 4-year, $84 million deal. That tells me that they don't have a lot of trust in him. And, of course, Eric Armstead is going to play over Javon Kinlaw as well. Want to see him get a little bit better against the run. And, again, if he struggles, could be interesting. So that's why Javon Kinlaw could get cut. A lot of people might also ask, why not trade him? His trade value right now, because of the injuries and lack of production, you might be able to get a day 3 pick. I don't know if you can get more than that for Javon Kinlaw. Did you like the selection of Kinlaw back in the first round, 2020, at the time? L for like, D for dislike. The selection of Brandon Ayuk was awesome, but some good players on the board when the Niners selected Kinlaw. Coming in at number 2, we stick on the defensive side of the football, but we go from the front line of this defense to the secondary. Ambry Thomas. As a rookie, I was excited about him. I'm sure a lot of other people were excited about him as well. Started 5 games as a rookie. Down the stretch, I thought he played good football. Week 17, he had the game-clinching interception against Matthew Stafford to cap off that Niners comeback to allow them to get into the playoffs, which then allowed them to make it to the NFC Championship game. He then only played 41 snaps last year. A couple of reasons for that. He was injured. He also got beat out by the likes of Diamador Lenore and Samuel Womack, who got reps in front of him. When Emmanuel Mosley went down, you're thinking Ambry Thomas can slide in. Never really did. Right now, in the Niners secondary, there's a logjam of some young cornerbacks who could beat him out for a roster spot, and San Francisco drafting defensive backs over the last couple of years does tell a story about their potential lack of trust in Ambry Thomas. At the end of 2021, I thought he played well. He surrendered just 33 yards per game in those last 5 games. And as a third-round pick, you're thinking that's going to translate to a big year too. He never was able to find a groove. I'm sure he's been motivated by that throughout this offseason. He wants to prove to this coaching staff that he can be a player on this defense. But Diamador Lenore and Samuel Womack, Demo in year 2, Samuel Womack in year 1 last year in 2022, they were able to beat him out. And Ambry Thomas was a little bit banged up, and that was a little bit of an issue for Ambry Thomas, and that's why some of that playing time did diminish. If the Niners were to cut Ambry Thomas, it wouldn't cost them a lot of money. So it could be advantageous for the team, and for Ambry Thomas, he might be able to go to a different team and find a larger role elsewhere. Dead cap charge for him of $420,000. I also like the makeup of the 49ers defensive line. I, too, like the makeup of this Niners secondary. That Charvarius Ward signing, $14 million per year for a really solid cornerback, that's about market value for a player of that caliber. I thought he played well last year. Did he get beat out a couple of times? Yes, but all cornerbacks do. Talanoa Hufanga, he was an all-pro in year 2. Deshaun Gibson, older player, he credited Hufanga with giving him this youthful energy. I don't think he's a lock to start. I think Jair Brown could start at free safety. Diamador Lenore down the stretch. I thought he showed some dog. He showed some swagger. He played well. Isaiah Oliver is a free agency signing. I think has fallen under the radar at that slot nickel spot. Him and Samuel Womack give you some really, really good options. Now, Ambry Thomas, as of right now, is the backup to Diamador Lenore. So if an injury happens, he'll have an opportunity to really prove himself. But the drafting of Darrell Luter Jr. could give him a run for his money. Will he make the team? Your opportunity to play the role of general manager. Look ahead and predict it. M for make, C for cut. As always, we want to hear from the faithful. Lastly, as part of our Niners cut candidates list, Ty Davis-Price. Kyle Shanahan couldn't help himself in 2022 in the 3rd round taking Ty Davis-Price. He couldn't help himself in 2021 with taking a running back in the 3rd round in Trey Sermon, who's no longer on this team. Could this be 2 running backs over the last couple of years drafted in the 3rd round who don't even make the 53-man opening day roster? Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason. They're all ahead of TDP on that depth chart. Now, it's not rare for the Niners to hold on to 4 running backs on that 53-man roster, but Jordan Mason should get legitimate carries as an RB3. The injury concerns with Elijah Mitchell are problematic, and for him, entering a critical year and offseason. If he gets hurt again, I'm not sure how long he's going to be in the NFL. All the talent in the world, good physicality, love his vision. Elijah Mitchell has to stay upright. Ty Davis-Price, though, plenty of ability, just needs to show it. But is he going to be able to show it with the logjam at running back? Because let me pose this question. What is TDP's role in this offense? Is it as an RB4? Are you planning ahead to maybe move on from Elijah Mitchell at some point, and then Ty Davis-Price will then slide in to that running back rotation? He's shown some good power and balance, but again, he needs an opportunity to show it. Hasn't been able to do that so far. And you're well behind in the pecking order of Christian McCaffrey, who in 11 games after getting traded to San Francisco was an all-pro caliber back. The numbers really are special for Run CMC, who did join the San Francisco 49ers report during Super Bowl week. As far as running it, 159 carries, 746 yards, average yards per carry at 4.7, 6 touchdowns, a long run of 38 yards. But we know that CMC is a dual threat back, and actually, I'd like to see San Francisco use him more in the pass game because I think that keeps him a little bit more fresh and avoids him running in between the tackles where that could lead to a potential injury. So you line him up in the slot, runs a wheel route out of the backfield, just less bodies and less traffic, and obviously he's really good at that. 52 receptions last year, 464 yards, average yards per catch of 8.9, pretty much a first down every time that he caught the football, 4 touchdowns, and a long two of 38 yards. The Niners running back depth chart, what's also interesting about TDP here, you're going to keep Kyle Juszczyk on the roster as the best fullback in the game. So pretty much these are your 4 backs. Are you going to hold on to pretty much 5 of them? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. So which Niner is the most likely Niner to get cut? And we know there's nothing finer than a Niner. Drop me a name down below. It can be somebody I mentioned on the show today or somebody else. Show off that Niners roster knowledge. And if you want to interact with me on Twitter and Instagram, it's the same handle on both. Elon Musk gave me back my blue verified check mark on Twitter, so that's cool, I guess. Instagram at Chase_Senior. Been putting a lot of clips on both of those platforms, so give me a follow. Show some love.